Yo, what's going on, guys? So, as you guys asked, I'm going to try to make a video here on identifying intraday reversals and what I use to kind of identify them. So, the answer is going to be it's really going to revolve around 1 minute and 5 minute OBs for me. Like I said, most people, even if you want to still wait for an inverse, OBs can still give you a good idea that inverse that you're looking to long or short is going to work, and then you can maybe target like 50% or something, depending on or the equal highs or equal lows below. You can use it for anything to kind of show you that the market is gearing up for some kind of reversal. And we're going to simply use order blocks. You can use FEGs, but the problem with the one problem with FEGs is you have to wait for a one to form. You're not guaranteed for a one to form. Order blocks are going to form to kind of tell you that the market wants to draw up higher. So I just got a random day in 2016 picked out. Kind of started at the open here. We'll scoot it forward a little bit here. Just to show you what I really look for. So we know that every day between like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and 1:30, 2 o'clock, we expect some kind of Judas swing, right? A Judas swing meaning that we get some kind of manipulation swing down or up, and then we reverse around that 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock time frame. So these are the best times to look for these and confirm that the manipulation leg is now over, and you can long back up to the high or low where that manipulation started. So it kind of intertwines with that power of three, that accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? So right here we have. I have not looked at this. I'm going off a whim here. It's just kind of doing a little back testing while kind of showing you guys what I look for. So here we have 9:30 open right here. We'll see what kind of move we get. At this point, it looks like, we should go up here and take this and take this high, and then we'll see if we get some kind of retracement come 10 o'clock. So look, here comes 10 o'clock. What do we expect? So what I see immediately is this order block right here. So this is an order block as soon as this candle closes below it. This is a bearish or order block. Your best order blocks are going to be the ones that take liquidity either to the upside or the downside. So you kind of see the same thing here with this low. These lows get swept right here by a down candle. This candle closes above. This one never closes below the 50% mark of this OB. And then look, we go up and go up all the way up to the next high. So you knew right here, as soon as this candle closed above here, there's a good chance we're going all the way back up to this high. Why? Because this is your order block. This is where banks start changing focus and entering the market, and because banks are making these kinds of candles, right? So this is where it shows they are getting into the market, and you can expect higher prices. So and like kind of notice like here, you would think this might be an order block or like a down candle down. Well, never mind. That would be a down candle, and then it would be a so this would be like a prop block because it's coming off this OB going higher. Anyway, getting off focus. So we get a nice reversal right at 10 o'clock, just as we expect. So we expect some downside move. This would be like your accumulation. This would be your manipulation. This would be your distribution down. So we would expect probably at least this low, right? Let's see if we have like London lows or anywhere to kind of look for. We do not. So notice we have kind of smooth lows on here. Equal lows right here. We'll mark these out. We'll mark, and then we'll also mark out this one as well. So we'll see if we can maybe catch some kind of move here. So we expect some kind of move down, at least two of this low, because this is where the accumulation started. We are expecting this for one reason. We haven't inversed this 5 yet, but we don't care. So we got a 5 minute OB here, and obviously the only danger I see with this one is this would kind of be your 50%, and you see we've almost tapped into it. So I would expect us to at least tap 50% here. Could we reverse from here? Absolutely, but this order block is telling us we should get some kind of down move here. So you see we play it out. We hit 50%. All right, let's see what happens next. We get a little move up. I would expect maybe some kind of retrace into this 5 minute FEG up here. Also, we have not retapped this 5 minute. You'll notice that a lot of times we may start going down or up, and then we come back and test this order block that we left before. So see if we get some kind of move up. So we do, and then we'll see. So you see we get a retest here. We didn't violate it. We didn't close, above 50% of it, and then we get a move back down. And then we get a move up. So you either would have got stopped to break even there, or it wouldn't have worked, but that's kind of how I start to look at it. So let's see if we can find another example here. Let's move to 130 and see what kind of move we get off the 130 Judas here. So 130 is coming in hot. Let's see. You see we're taking a bunch of liquidity to the downside here. What do you notice? Between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, we get a nice move down. Start to come like 1:45 to 2 o'clock. We expect maybe some kind of reversal. What do you notice? 5-minute OB put in right here. So maybe we expect some kind of downside move, or we expect some kind of like 50% up at least, which we already hit 50%. So this move could continue down, and then boom, we go right back up. So what does that tell you? Like, even though we don't get a retrace here, but it still tells you we should go attack the last lower high. So let's see. Now time's really not on our side, but you notice this. Okay, you get this little doji looking candle. We close below it. Okay, so this is your 5-minute order block to the downside, because this is the candle that basically swept liquidity. A better close would be down here, just because this candle kind of swept all these highs too. But then again, it swept them too. Let's see. We'll just play it out here. And then you notice here, right? So this is your 5-minute OB. You would obviously use the CE of the wick here, right? Because you're not going to use the body is not going to be relevant here for OBs. When the body is bigger than the wicks, I like to use the body. When the wick is bigger than the body, I like to use the wick, and you see why. Look how we respected 50% of this wick. We never got a body close. That would have been your stop out right there. And then let's see if we continue all the way down to this low down here from the manipulation leg. So, and we do not. So you see what happens. We get a 50% down. We get a 50% down. You get a 50% down. This holds, and look what happens. Do you see it? We get this 5-minute OB right here. Close above. What happens? Next candle comes down, retest it, and then look what happens. We go all the way back up to the top. So this is how, like, even though like this candle was an OB here and this was respected, yeah, we didn't deliver down here, but look what it did deliver. It at least delivered us 50% down. So if we draw our high to low here, from here to here, we would expect some kind of retrace, at least down to 50%. So even if you entered, as soon as we made the OB at 45.36, there's 6 points right there. Keep in mind, NQ did not move as crazy as it does now, because it's in that 45. So this would be like 6-7 points on ES today. So keep that in mind. But this is why you can always target at least 50% of it. Maybe not the last lower high, because this isn't a ranging market. On a ranging market you can, but this is where you can target at least 50%, especially if you're bullish on a higher time frame, which it looks like on the higher time frame it was kind of bullish. So you can expect at least a 50% retrace here back to this FEG, and then what? After you hit 50%, you can then look for in OB targeting targeting the high, or targeting 50% back up, or whatever you have. So that's just ways that I start to look at reversals. It's just OBs. It's that simple. So you notice kind of here from 850. We close above here, and then it just told us to expect some kind of retrace. You see we go all the way back up. So just look for your down candles get closed over here, like here, closes over, and then we're off. So you don't always get a retrace down into it, but it's very, very possible that most times you do. So I'm going to go down to, I'm going to bring out the 4-hour chart here. I'm going to go back to a brand new day here. Let's see. All right, let's see what today has in store for us. So, coming into 9:30 open, what am I expecting? Looks like a higher time frame. I like these highs up here, nice smooth highs up here. We didn't take this high. So these highs look good. These lows look good too, just because of the nice LRLR here to the downside. So I can see either side getting swept here at open. Let's see what we get here. So 10 o'clock comes. Okay, so we get a little Judas down. We take that liquidity. We'll see if we get any kind of reversal back up to the upside here. So we take this low. I like this here. So take this low right in the time frame, you know, like 10-10. I want to see this candle get closed above for a possible long, and then maybe targeting up to these highs or even 50%. So that's the thing. When you're looking at the 5 or 15-minute time frame like this, you can then go down to the 1-minute chart if you want and find a 1-minute OB off of here and then target 50% here. You'll get in a lot sooner than waiting for a candle close up here on the 5-minute. So down here, we'll see if we get like a 1-minute. Let's go down to the 1-minute chart here. So we really don't get anything yet. On the 1-minute chart, I would want to see like this candle right here get closed above. So I just want to show you the 1-minute chart here. I would expect us to maybe draw back way up higher where I showed you guys. But let's see where 50% lines up with on this leg here. So 50% sitting right here at that 45.33 area. I want to see a close above this for this to be considered in an order block and a good play. Well, I forgot I had 5 candles at a time drawn up here, but you see what happens, right? We get to close above. We don't get a retrace, but we get to close above. We can target at least 50%, and we should go hit 50%. So we hit 50%, and look what happens. We kind of rejected a little bit. Let's see if we push higher. We go down. So what happens here? So you notice, if you watch my dealing range video, this kind of intertwines with that. So this would be your dealing range after this high gets hit. So what happens after we get a dealing range? I don't want to go too far off topic, but you notice with the dealing range, this would be your dealing range. What happens in a dealing range? You look for a 50% retrace to then go target higher liquidity. So right here, you would expect some kind of higher prices, maybe like some kind of higher time frame liquidity target to at least like this high, and you see that high gets taken out. So just want to show you guys that. That's live time, like exactly how it plays out there. But yeah, big thing, 1-minute, 5-minute OBs. We'll see if we can find a couple more here. Where was the target I had from this morning? So we had it up here. Let's see if we can draw all the way up to those 5-minute highs that I had up here. So we'll go back down to the 5-minute here. We won't play it. Okay, and all right. We'll see if we get any kind of move here. So you notice, look, even if we looked at it on the 5-minute chart. So if you want to take the 1-minute up to 50%, you absolutely were in your right to do so there. Look what happens here. Down candle that sweeps liquidity. Biggest thing of this whole thing. The down candle, it has to be a down candle that sweeps liquidity, because this green candle cannot be considered a bullish or order block. It has to be a down candle, and then it shows us getting violated right here, forming your order block. So look here. 5-minute gets closed above. We get a perfect retest of it right here. Great long position. You could have targeted. You could have targeted, 50% of this range, which would have been very much. But you couldn't want the, you could have targeted that, then go to break even. You still would have been like what, 2.5, 3 points there. Remember, this is like ES numbers now. But you could have targeted that. But for back testing sake, we're going to try to target all the way up here. We'll see if it plays out. Let's see. So you would have entered maybe on the retest. Say you just bought as soon as this happened. Let's see what happens here. So on these, and then your stop is just if 50% of it gets violated. So on this, I would use the wick here. Obviously, I'd be at break even already because we already took this high, and then I'm just riding with the runners. But just for showing you guys, if this wick if I would have entered and then the wick came down and then we closed below the mean threshold or the CE of this wick, I would have exited the position. But this is kind of what I'm looking for, and then we'll see what happens here. So he's still in it, and then you would have got stopped out there. I probably would have trimmed, either these highs or these highs again. But you see how it kind of gives us that change in the state of delivery. Or you could have exited here. This is how you know. Okay, so instead of just using this for an entry model, you can use it as an exit model too. So look what happens here. You're in from down here, right? You see, we take these highs, we take this high. What happens whenever we take liquidity? Like there's a chance that we could absolutely reverse. What do you see? I see this. I see this down candle that swept liquidity, right? What happens? We get a 5-minute OB down here. So as soon as we close below here, that's bearish. Absolutely bearish. It's showing a change in the state of delivery. It's showing price wants to move lower. So you could have exited here, protected your profits, and then maybe looked at a short on the retest, and look what you got. You get a retest here, and then you could probably target. We have what, equal lows right here. You could have targeted here, and then maybe held runners for something way left. You see, we come back down for these lows here. So, like I said, plenty of ways to use this model. You can use it for an entry, exit, just different ways to identify any kind of intraday reversals in the marketplace. We'll see if we can find one more example here. Nice dump overnight. Jeez. All right. So I accidentally zoomed through 9 o'clock here, but we'll go back to the 5-minute chart here. So what do you see here? 8:30, we get a move down. 9 o'clock comes. Boom, boom, boom. 9:30, we get a little Judas swing down, and then what do you notice? So this candle right here would be your order block that kind of swept liquidity, but this was the candle that hit this FVG here. So even though we didn't really sweep liquidity, we hit this FVG, giving us a reason. This FVG is also in what? It's in discount. It's below 50%. So you could have taken this. You see, we could get the close above. A big close above like this, I'm looking for a possible retest. If the market goes without me, I don't care. This happens on a daily basis. It happens all the time. Like if I don't get a retest, that's fine, and that's just part of the mental game that has to prepare you. But look, we come back down. We tap it perfectly. You would have had absolutely no drawdown in this trade. Maybe trim here and go break even, and then what do you see? You notice we got nice LRLR here. You could have targeted this high. Looks like you might have guessed. Well, we'll see what happens up here, but you could still be in a trade, or you could have been happy with your, from down here, 44.88 to 44.97, 48, and 4,500 on ES. Those are really good numbers. So let's see what happens next, and then maybe stop to break even. But where could you have possibly exited? You could have exited here. I mean, you would have got faked out. Like I said, it's not a 100-proof model, but I mean, you could have exited here, or you could have held and then maybe exited here too. Like there's a bunch of things that show you that the market is about to reverse. The biggest thing I just want you to take out of this video is, at your peaks and valleys, look for these order blocks to form. That's going to tell you if we're looking for any kind of intraday reversal, even if it's to a 50% or the next liquidity target. This works wonders. So I hope you guys take something from this. I think that's going to wrap up for today. We'll see if we get anything at 12:30 here off the 1 o'clock Judas, since we're right here. Starting at 13:30 here, we kind of get a little sweep here. So 13:30, still big move down. Okay, so this is something I would not take, but you see here, right? We close above this last down candle that swept liquidity right here. All right, we also already inversed this, so this is something I would only take. Probably targeting like we got lunch highs sitting right here. So this is a big target when it comes to that 1:30, 2 o'clock Judas. We'll see if we get some kind of pullback where we could have entered. So I'm not sure what hit first. If we got I would bet we got the retest first, and then we went up here, took lunch highs, and then we'll see what happens next. But so then we dump. So let's see. Go down the 1 minute chart. We'll see what we got first here. So it looks like. See, we took the low. So yeah, it looks like we would have got the retest first, and then we got the last moment. We took lunch highs here perfectly with these equal highs and lunch highs, and then we dumped. So you could have had within 5 minutes there, you could have had a nice chunk of change. So even if you waited for the retest down here, 484, you got 12 points just like that in 5 minutes. So that's just what I'm showing you guys, and then you see what happens next. And then obviously you would not do anything until we went back down. But there's no. This is another thing. You can't really. This isn't a bullish candle that took liquidity, so you can't really look for anything down until maybe you close back below this. And by the time you close back below this, you're already way down there. And you don't be shorting. But again, if you guys take anything from this, just remember 1 minute, 5 minute order blocks at your peaks and values show you if we are starting in intraday reversal or not to 50% or the previous swing high or swing low. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed and have a wonderful evening.